Y'all good? All right, Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, before we open up, I want to give all glory, all praises, and all the honor to
Yahweh,
by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who definitely do well. Peace and salutation to those elected and Sisakers push the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Yara.
This brother Yashua.
And we're the brothers from the Great Millstone Gary Camp, coming at you with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we want to open up with this Ecclesiastes 7:7, but we may jump up to the second verse depending on the spirit. But you know, it's a classic scripture to bring out because this speaks volumes to the mindset that the elect have, man. You know, knowing that this truth. The scripture say what? Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So once you open up to the truth, your eyes is open up to the things around us, man.
That's it.
And if I may, real quick, before you open up with that, can I get Ecclesiastes 1 and 18?
Ecclesiastes 1 and 18.
Yeah.
I'll read it for you.
You got it.
It's Ecclesiastes.
Start at 17.
Chapter 1, verse 17. It says, "And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceive that it also is vexation of spirit."
And in this captivity, that's what we learn. We know madness, we learn folly. We've been partakers of it. And at the same time, we witness it. And we still witnessing these things to this day. And it's a vexation of spirit, man, to see. Because now we have this truth. Now we understand that the world is not being ran in righteousness, man.
Yeah.
And it vexes us, man. And especially being an Israelite man, knowing that we supposed to rule the earth. We can't dominate like we want to, man.
That's it.
That's it. We got to be what? And, pretty much servants.
That's it.
And we're vexed, man. Especially seeing this devil rule, the way how he operate, seeing how people operate, these fucking women, even our children, man.
Out of order.
Yeah, everything's out of order, man. And it's all for punishment, but it's also for our learning as well. But hey, don't get it twisted. We fucking vexed.
I got this word vexation. You said you got it.
Yeah, you get that first.
This is the word vexation in the Edamon. It says, I'm gonna get to the point. It says annoyance, harassing, distress, trouble.
Yeah, we're annoyed every fucking day, man. Agitated, irritated.
Yeah, that's it.
Ain't no way in hell any man in their right frame of mind should be happy and lolly-dolly in this motherfucking place, man.
Not in this.
Now, granted, it's not to say we don't have moments where we rejoice.
Yeah, we don't smile.
We smile, but nevertheless, bro, we're vexed, man. This shit this ain't living like the old Marvin Gaye song. This ain't living, man.
No, this ain't living.
This ain't fucking living, man. You subject to payments.
Yeah,
Every year you gotta register your car.
That's it.
You go to work, you gotta drive slow because a motherfucking cop in the cut ready to give you a ticket. You be constantly being harassed, man.
That's it,
You forced to pay fucking
electrical
bills.
Water
Water bill.
Yeah.
Things that's supposed to be free, this
Naturally.
nigga turned it and pretty much destroy life.
Yeah, he put a tax on it, and that's what he does. Through the spirit. That's how Columbus and them, when they came over to conquer this land, they seen how the Gad and them was over here living off the land, and pretty much wasn't paying no taxes. It was everybody's land. But he pretty much said in his mind and went back, took that back to the queen, like, hey man, this shit needs to be conquered. This land is to be owned. You see what I'm saying? But hey, but really, in our eyes, Yahweh Shai owns this shit, but he wants to try to own this shit, man.
Right.
And that's what vexes us as well too, man. Being under this damn devil, man.
That's part of the curses you read about in Deuteronomy. Our water shall be sold unto us.
Exactly.
We should go to this devil for the one of all things.
That's it, yeah.
And then now we come to the conclusion, man, we ready to get the hell up out of here, man.
That's it, yeah.
This shit is,
It's a yoke of heart or mind.
Uh-huh.
So like you said, man, we're oppressed in everything.
Yeah. Even a marriage. Brothers that got wives, that's a fucking oppression, man.
Yeah.
Having kids, he make that oppressive.
He made it, and that's because having kids and having a wife is a good thing, but he makes it oppressive. This damn devil, he makes it oppressive. He puts it to where the woman is above you. The woman can't do no damn wrong, to where all the laws is pretty much formed to her fitting and her liking. You know what I'm saying? It's metropolis society. You know what I'm saying? Because everything was fitted around this woman. That's what the scriptures say, man. I see a new thing upon her. A woman shall compass a man. You know? And that's what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, you have kids, man, and the woman don't want to be with you. She got to take the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you whoop your son ass. Slack it, bro. You gonna say something now? You whoop your son ass. He go to school till he got his ass whooped.
Right.
Or they find some little markings on his ass cheek area. And now they come to your damn house.
All right.
In your house telling you how to raise your fucking kid.
That's it, yeah.
A complete loser or some stud, some munch,
Right.
or some sodomite telling you how to raise your kid.
That's it, yeah.
This place, man, is man, bro.
Yeah.
In this place, man, it's supposed to be like an enjoyment to have these things.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's more like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
You know, under his rule,
Yeah.
because he turns everything against you.
He weaponized everything against you. You're right.
I mean, I was gonna add to the point, you know, not even just us that goes through that oppression, you know, when it comes to marriage, even the rich, you know. Yeah. Say they just brought up a whole empire. Let's say they get divorced now. His ex-wife, they get divorced now. She take half, if not
Eddie Murphy.
more, exactly, if not more of their substance.
That's it.
Yeah, like J. Cole said, bitch, you wasn't with me. No, it was
Shitting in me.
no,
Yeah,
Rich
we
Ross,
took that
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Take half your substance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which is his blessing, man. His sword just don't come with, you know, the actual sword. You know, the modern day. You know, his sword is also his laws. You know, his ability to. Scared shut. Yeah, his ability to weaponize. You see what I'm saying? Anything against us, man. When it comes to food, you know, our women, our children. You know, hey, our finances, everything, man.
Yeah.
That's all due to the curses. Like the brother brought out earlier, man. We should come to our enemy and one of our things, and he should put a yoke of iron upon our neck, you know, until we are destroyed. Roughly paraphrasing. You about to get it?
Because he has control over
Cricket
the
the
earth
video.
right now.
My phone.
So he also has, with that, he has control over the minds of the people.
That's it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying, you can't rule in your household the way you want to, under your rule, under your mind.
That's it.
Because he has everybody's mind, because based off of what everybody is seeing in this world.
Yeah. Hey, can you rate that 18? Just let you guys something.
You can finish that out now.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. It says, "For in much wisdom is much grief, and he hath increased knowledge, increases sorrow."
Because you know the depths of which, you know what I'm saying, how deep they go to you know what I mean, mess up things in your life, man. And you know you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of sorrow involved with that, you know?
Man, a lot of it.
A lot of pain and suffering that you must go through to exist in this world. And
That's
live.
it.
That's
You know what
why.
I'm saying? Just trying to live, you know what I'm saying, you know, a righteous life. And but it's so much, you know what I'm saying, obstacles that you got to go through.
A lot of shit to come with it.
Con. Hey, the brother right, man. You know, that's why we're vexed, man. That's why, you know, our women and the people of this world would never understand the mind of the elect, which Lord willing, we hoping to be of that number. We're not saying we hoping, but they never understand the mind of a man of the Lord, man. Because we're looking at things from a whole nother different set of lens. You know?
Yeah, we looking at it as shit, as if it was us, you know, the Lord's laws, you know, Yahweh Shai, his laws, you know, and his morality is not uplifted upon the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And with that, the earth is out of course. You know what I'm saying? And everything in it. Why? Because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked gonna run this shit the way he want it running. He gonna want it. You can't expect the wicked to run it righteously. You know, the wicked is gonna run it wickedly. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna try to turn everything that the Lord made, you know, for our benefit. He gonna turn it for his benefit. You see what I'm saying? Because while we out of order, you know what I'm saying, he runs things in order. You know, but so this is how he rules. He rules in chaos. You know?
Yeah.
But he's in order though. You know?
Yeah, and under wickedness.
Under wickedness.
Hey, a good example, we just got this lady walk by. Here you got, at the park, fresh air, supposedly, and she got a fucking mask on. What kind of shit that is? That shows how destroyed the society is, man. And people look like, well, what are you worried about? No, that's something simple as that vexes you because you realize how stupid these people are, man, and how misguided, you know, especially our women are, man. You know?
Yeah, people are depriving themselves of life.
Nah. Right.
You know what I mean? In every way.
That's it.
You know, mentally, physically, spiritually.
That's it. All that.
You know what I'm saying? And you see examples of it, like you said, man. She walking around with a mask on. She can't even.
Right, you're not even bring you supposed to, we riding around all these trees, you know, that break what puts forth oxygen.
Right.
You know, yeah, you don't even want to breathe in the oxygen, you know.
Because they tear down all the trees where they live at.
Right.
Then when you come to a place with trees,
With
you don't take it in.
Right. It's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? That's how this devil runs his society. You know, it's fucking totally opposite. But yet, meanwhile, you know, these elites is standing in the choice parts of the earth. Well, he's surrounded nothing but by trees, man. By oxygen, the good water, good land. You know what I'm saying? Hoarding all the heap, you know, heaping all the land to himself, man. You know, while we getting the crumbs, as it speaks of in the book of Luke. You know, where it talks about the rich man and the
Lazarus,
you know, and the rich man, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's symbolic of us being in a poor state. You know, and this devil, you know, starting with Esau, Edom, you know, is known as the rich man. You know, and we begging from crumbs from the rich man's table, man. But it's gonna come to a point in time where the tables is gonna turn. You know, and we're gonna be in Abraham's bosom, meaning we're gonna be in our heaven, in our kingdom, man. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna come to a point where this devil is gonna be under our foot once again, man.
Yeah.
You know, this time we're gonna do it in righteousness, man.
Come on.
It's like it, bro.
You got that? You got something, bro? If not,
I was thinking about what you were saying when they turning things upside down in this world.
surely your team.
Sure, you're turning. Yeah. Go ahead and get that. See if you can get that for the brother. That's in Isaiah. Surely he'll turn upside down. Come on.
I think it's in Isaiah 29.
29. I think it is 29.
Yep, I got it. 29:16.
Yeah.
I could read it.
Come on.
This is Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside.
Could you read 15 for the brother? He mentioned that earlier as well too.
Con. That says, matter of fact, start at 14.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 29:14. Therefore, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise man shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent man shall be hid. And you know, this is twofold. You know, although speaking of Israel, but we could apply the same scripture to Esau, whole ass, man. The scripture say what? The wise man, the teeming. You know, hey, Esau is not the wise man anymore. The scripture saying what Isaiah 32, the vile man shall no longer be called liberal, man. Lord of troll is said to be bountiful, because why everybody realize you're not fit to rule. In fact, you're a fucking child. Just pressing buttons, don't know what, you know what I'm saying?
I got that person.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't fit to rule.
Hey, the scriptures say great men are not always wise.
Yeah.
You say though you are in a great position, you know, in this kingdom, you know what I'm saying? You're not running it in a wise situation, man. You know, you actually running it right into the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an unwise king destroyeth his
Unwise
people.
king. God,
He's
God.
an unwise king. He's
That's
not
it.
fit to rule.
That's
And it
it.
shows in the way how the earth is being governed, man.
That's it.
You know, everything is upside down. You got women above men, women talking shit to men.
God.
You got, you know, sodomites every goddamn well. You got GMO food.
Yeah.
This nigga, he chemtrails the sky, but at the same time, he got to land on the ground and breathe the same damn air,
Exactly.
which don't make no damn sense, man. In hopes to block out the sun. Like, why?
Yeah.
It's global warming. But what about your industrial revolution?
Right.
That ain't play a role in that?
Right. Exactly.
You know? Now you blaming creation for the reason why everything is sick and is in the low. No, man, it's you.
Yeah. He's
You know?
He's the creation, the vessel of dishonor who created, who did this, man.
Come on.
Yeah, got it. You still got that.
They got some more. It says, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, that say, who seeth us, who knoweth us? It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding? That's what Esau does, man. Even with the whole the trans robot agenda, man. You know, I was born a man, but I feel like I was a woman. No, nigga, you was born what the Lord created you to be, man. When you came out your mother's womb, that was you. You was supposed to have been what the Lord ordained you to be. Not this new age shit. Well, I feel like I'm a woman trapped in a man body. No, you got a demon on you. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's why.
You know?
That's because he's in the seat of God. That's why he said he made me not.
Yeah.
That's why he think he can, turn things upside down, man.
Yeah.
Because he has this godlike complex, man. And that godlike complex is making him, destroy everything that's around him, man. He's a fucking virus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
A parasite.
A parasite. He fuck around and eat himself if he ain't got nothing else to eat on. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna eventually what? Die off. You know?
He gonna self-destruct.
That's it.
You know, I'm a 50 Cent had a movie like that, Till I Self-Destruct. That's Esau, man. He's gonna self-destruct.
Yeah. That's it.
You know? And also another thing, turn upside GMO food. You know, I remember when we were shorties, man, your grandma used to get the tangerines. You know, I don't even see tangerines no more. They got them cuties. Yeah. Remember tangerines had them big ass seeds in it?
Tangerines was good.
Yeah, and it was like a little tang to it.
Yeah.
So when you eat, you like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't even see tangerine. You don't even see seeded grapefruit no more.
Nope. And he used to.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Apples, man. I had an apple. I bought some bags of apples the other day. I'm eating on it the other day. I'm like, this apple tastes kind of weird. It tastes like it had fennel in it. And then when I went to slice it, it wasn't no seed in it. Like this nigga mixed it with a fennel. You know what I'm saying? You know.
It be bland now. A lot of fruits be bland.
That's crazy, man.
Cause he be spicing genes and mixing this with that, and that's why the Lord finna take his ass out, man. And he's doing it now with human beings. It's much more than just a change in the sex. He's trying to merge man with machine. You know?
That's it.
That was it on that.
Read
18? I'll read 17. It says,
Done.
it is not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity, and out of darkness. Woo!
Yeah.
And the meek also shall inherit, shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor men shall rejoice in the Holy One. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and it says, and the scorner is consumed, and all they watch for iniquity are cut off.
That's it, man. That's really talking about us coming back in our rightful seat as rulers and judges upon the earth. And the wicked is going to be, put off this earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, finally, man.
God, the terrible one.
The terrible one, right? Exactly.
It says, verse 21, that make a man for an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reprove in the gate, and turn aside the jest for a thing of naught.
Yeah, we brought that out yesterday.
And that's what they do, man. Constantly, man. You speak anything righteousness, they want to demonize you, man.
That's it.
You know, that's why the scriptures say what they're gonna make sign unrighteous woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees.
Isaiah chapter 10.
Yeah, so he's signing laws and legislations pretty much in place where we can't speak out against him.
That's it.
The anti-Amalek law.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Anybody have something?
Something as well.
Okay, y'all got it right.
Isaiah 32. Start at 6. It says, for the vile person will speak villainy, villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy.
That's it.
And to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
That's it. Damn, that's beautiful because that's them dry bones that by us, trusting in oppression and listening to this devil, he causing us to pretty much wither up and die. You see what I'm saying? By trusting in this society, man, and going down to Egypt for help, guess what, man? We're gonna die if we continue to listen to this devil, man. We dried up, man.
Hey.
That's why Ezekiel asked, can these bones live, man? Under this damn devil, hell no. That's why the scriptures say, if it wasn't for the Lord pretty much that.
I got you.
What they say?
Psalms 124. I can read it real quick. Psalms 124 and 1. It says, a song of degree of David. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say.
That's it.
If it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us.
That's it. And there's a scripture in the New Testament where it talks about no flesh would be saved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the Lord had not came back, man.
Shorten the days.
Yeah, you know, if he that's it. Yeah, you know, if he not shorten the days, no flesh be coming back. Because under the I guess the rulership of this damn devil, you know, like what the brother just brought out, man, he's making everybody sick. You know, he's making everybody retarded. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you can't even fucking, you know, now through this AI shit, you know, you can remember back in the day where you used to remember your number, your phone number and shit like that. Now, everything is to the touch. You know what I'm saying? You can't even remember shit, man. You damn near can't remember your own name.
Yeah.
You know? Because he has turned everything upside down, all right? And everything he's working to our disadvantage, man, but to his advantage, man. You know?
Hey, the average person can't even read a map no more.
Huh?
Remember back then, you had to read a map and like shit, we right here, look at the terrain.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? But now you've been so accustomed to GPS. So when this shit collapse, people don't even know where the fuck they at. People so gone, they don't even know their damn orientation. They don't even know what's north, south, east, and west.
That's it, bro.
You know, and it's so fucked that even the animals don't even know. The animals, he ain't fucked the earth so much that the animals go off the magnetic field. What you call it?
Off the grid.
The magnetic force that the earth is so out of course. You got whales ending up places that they don't even belong. Birds flying south earlier than they supposed to.
They sometimes don't even go south no more.
Yeah.
It's all due to, you know, the one who's ruling, you know, under the habitat thereof. Man.
Yeah.
The one who's ruling this earth, man. This is why Yahweh Shai need to come in, man, and set the earth back in its rightful course, man. You know, and we're gonna, you know, help aid, you know, and assist Yahweh Shai, you know, by being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai.
Hey, it's Mike because you called them a virus. You know anything about computers? Once you get a virus on your computer, that computer don't function properly no more. It be getting slow pop-ups keep popping up. What the fuck is this? You're like, fucking porn site pop-up constantly. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Keep, you know. That's he's the virus. You know.
Yahweh Shai got to come back and you know, clean the computer, man. Pretty much clean the earth.
The antivirus and the firewall.
Right. Isaiah 32 verse 7, the instruments also of his hurl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Even when the needy speaketh right.
You complain about some righteous thing, you the problem. Well, nigga, you get your slavery happened in thousands, hundreds, man, it's the past. What you worry about it, nigga? It's just slavery. But meanwhile, every fucking year they got you. Remember the you know what I'm saying? The hell up out of here, man. Which all that shit was staged any goddamn way. It was all lies. 9/11 was an inside job. Pearl Harbor was an inside job. We know damn well the hollow thing was an inside job. It wasn't even 66 million you bastards over there. You know? But that was all a lie, man. But when it comes to your history and it comes to your people, oh, you gotta forget.
Remember that? Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
But the liberal, the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. So the righteous are going to speak right, you know what I'm saying, about the righteous things.
What's that word for liberal?
Yep.
You know
That word
what
for
I'm saying?
liberal.
We're not going to, you know, hold to what this society wants us to do.
Yeah.
I think that word liberal goes into noble. It's like
liberal goes into like liberty, like being free or something like that. But if you read the next verse, because he not only that, through his laws, he gave, you know, these women liberty to get abroad. You know what I'm saying? And to be, you know, to think that they're more than what they really are. You see what I'm saying? And I just skipped to the woman because it was the next verse. You see what I'm saying? But that's a part of his that's a part of his devices. You know, one of his devices was to put that woman, you know, above that man. You know what I'm saying? And put that woman on that pedestal, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
Hey, if I may, because it's mighty, because when you read it, it's saying that he's no longer going to be, pretty much, it's going to his downfall.
Yeah.
And as he fall, this bitch going to fall with him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the bitch we speaking of is Eve.
Mm-hmm.
You finna fall with this nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga sold you the biggest dream.
Exactly.
Because you're going to see, I don't need no man.
It's starting in the garden.
Yeah, in the garden. Because in the Jacob's trouble, you're gonna it's gonna show you really. That's when like Andrew Tate said, when society collapses, nature takes its course.
That's it, man.
And a lot of these men are sexually deprived. A lot of these men are fucking vexed. They tired of you fucking women. You know, a lot of these men, a lot of these dudes are fucking in what you looking for? Meaningless marriages.
Come. Yeah.
They just afraid to leave the bitch because there's so much thing. If he was to leave, she's gonna lose. This is what the old saying: it's cheaper to keep her. He don't want to keep the bitch, but he feel like shit is cheaper to keep her. So you mad when society collapse?
Right.
These dudes that ain't got the Rakakwadash, oh man, they gonna lose their fucking mind, man. It's not just Jake either, because the average, that shit affected all the households.
American.
The American, man, it's not Esau, nor the kingdom feeling it.
Yeah.
The Gooks not feeling it. Ishmael, now his woman, she first came over with the veil, with the long dress. Now she got the hair wrap with tight ass leggings on in the yoga class.
Twerking.
Yeah, twerking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than, you know what I mean, truly being free in the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
We spoke on earlier.
You should know the truth, and the truth should make you free.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we're liberal for you.
Yeah, because under Yahweh Shai, man, we're not just gonna be liberal. We're gonna be sovereign. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And-
so,
Mhm.
yeah, you gotta,
No, because the sovereignty, you know, through the laws is gonna, you know, determine, you know, things to be put back in its right order, man.
Right.
You know, but that's what matters the most, man. You know, and this is why this earth is running the way it's running. And this is why we oppressed. You know, this is why we're mad, and this is why we're bringing out this information now, man, to show you how bad this devil has took this earth off course. You know.
yeah, so the wicked don't stand up for what they believe in.
That's it.
And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Likewise, the righteous.
That's it. Yeah.
The ones who the Lord choose.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Come.
Oh, yeah, you gotta
No, it's all good.
get that Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Come. This Ecclesiastes 7. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 2, but I'm gonna read down to 7.
Yep.
Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting, for that's the end of all man, and the living will lay it to his heart. And it says the living. You know, we're the children of life. And the Lord has quickened us, and now we're alive in a world that's dead, that's corrupt, because corruption leads to what? Death.
That's it. Yeah.
And the Lord, He's given us the Bakakwadash. Now we've been made living, we've been quickened. So now we're alive. And now we're looking at the environment we in like, this shit ain't what's happening. We realize we in a graveyard. America ain't nothing but a giant fucking graveyard. That's why it's called the Valley of the Shadow of Death. And everywhere you look around, it's just death, man. The people even got the mindset of death.
Hey, that's why Ezekiel in Ezekiel 37 said, "Can these bones live?"
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because he looked at, you know, the Lord gave him a vision like, man, ain't nothing but death around here. These motherfuckers dead. And we talking dead up from the neck up. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you fucked.
Yeah.
You know, you really ain't got no, they say, common sense ain't so common.
Yeah.
This devil then came in and made you think something that's red is blue. The sky ain't really blue, man. It's actually white. So it's actually, you know, come on.
The earth is flat.
And they believe that shit. You know, to the utmost, man. You know?
Hell no.
Hey, that's it. You in a dead state of mind, man. Hey, under the guidance of this devil. You got it.
Jacked up. The earth is flat, wasn't even pushed by them.
Money you push by them. Right, exactly. You know? Shit, that's just some motherfucker came up out of
Some nigga that was doing some
out the blue, shit.
smoking and sniffing Adderall, and he like, yeah, the earth is flat, you know, just philosophizing.
Hey, but they're with it though. They want you. They want you to continue on that shit.
Yeah, because it's confusion, bro. And we in the land of confusion. You know, Babylon the Great. And you can worship anything you want to worship. You can come up, you can be who you want to be. You know, shit, you can say something that it ain't, but it really is. Vice versa.
But people came up with that because they know that, you know what I'm saying, hey, they're liars, man.
Yeah, of course.
You know, they know that they're lying to them, so they wanted to believe it.
Come.
I was gonna say, don't give heed to fables, endless genealogy, and all that shit, man. You know, that's America, man. The fact that niggas still celebrate Christmas. Some fat white man coming down your chimney.
Come.
And you niggas don't even got a chimney.
Right.
The average house don't even have chimneys. Most of you niggas live in apartments. And you still believe that this fat motherfucker came down, squeezed his big ass down your chimney and gave you some gifts. Yeah.
They say, man, whatever this man tells us, we gotta believe the opposite of it. Yeah. They say he says the world is round, we gotta say it's flat.
Crazy.
All men are created equal. That's another lie. Everything ain't created fucking equal. Men and women are totally different, bro. Even us compared to the Edomite. We are not equal. We are not like these heathens, man.
Yeah, that's what the scripture say, man.
Yeah.
It said two manner of people was in the womb, you know what I'm saying, of Rebecca, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Meaning the two, it's gonna be two different type of what Kendrick say, they not like us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We not the same, bro.
Two different prototypes.
That's it.
This nigga prototyped the Salaki, bro. Yes.
Where the world errs is that, you know what I'm saying, they don't trust in the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't seek out things for themselves and search the word. You know what I'm saying? They rather just go with something they hear.
That's it.
In this world, man.
That's it.
They got the herd mentality.
Right.
You know, we the ones like, well, I ain't following that way. I'm gonna go this way. I got some more on that. Verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter.
Oh, no, I thought you just had one slide.
I got one for after verse 7.
Ecclesiastes 7:3, it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The hearts of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the hearts of fools is in the house of mirth. And that's point blank period, man. Hey, we're mourning. A lot of times we find ourselves mourning, shedding tears, vexed, you know. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go out and eat, man, you may go out, let me go get some food, relax, and then a mo bring your plate. You looking at this nigga, you like, damn. Or some nigga that just look off, you like, this nigga wash his hands. He coming, you know, we constantly vexed, man. You know?
That's it.
Constantly vexed, bro.
That's it.
And then you got the damn waiter, she working hard, and you may ain't even got money to tip's supposed to be an option. You know what I'm saying? You like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you ain't got enough money to tip, but you feeling so, you know, cause they underpay her ass in hopes to get her, you know what I'm saying?
Severely.
They underpay like crazy.
Yeah, this shit,
Severely.
yeah.
That's it.
This place is vexing on all levels, man.
Yeah.
And that's just one of many, we could point out so many examples, man.
Well, that's you in the spirit because, you know, we just came out of the Passover.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And now we see, you know, the mentality and the spirit of people who are in the house of mourning and people who are in the house of mirth. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the spirit, bro, because at the end of the day, now we understand, you know, this ain't our rest, bro. This ain't our concept. We understand what Yahweh Shai was going through during that last Passover, bro. You see what I'm saying? He was born Greek. He was oppressed. He was depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was
queen.
full of grief, you know, at the end of the day. Because he's seen what he had to go through. He's seen, you know, he was in that spirit, bro. You know? And that's why I think it's very highly disrespectful, man, for brothers to, you know, eat the Passover unworthily, you know, like some men in Israel do, man. You know, they doing parties, and you're not in the right spirit, bro. You know, you're not oppressed, bro. You know, you in the mindset of Esau Edom, bro.
Yeah.
This is happening. You know? It's like,
Got that Biggie Small spirit, party and bullshit.
Yeah.
That's that nigga, man.
Exactly.
And then the same nigga tell you not to worship Yahweh Shai. You niggas gonna get, man, not to get sidetracked. Niggas like you gonna get the worst fucking judgment, man.
Many stripes.
You gonna get beat with many strikes, man, because you think this shit a game. You know? You was better off just going your ass to the Christian church.
Exactly. Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well go join Islam or something.
Become an Egyptologist.
Yeah.
Still stuck in the world, with the world mentality of, you know what I'm saying, trying to have fun all the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got something for you.
Kaka, you got it, bro.
It says Epicurean. It says one that is devoted to pleasure, pleasure loving. Let me see what else it says. Yeah, it says one that is devoted to sensual enjoyment, especially that derive from fine food and drink.
Fine food and drink. Chicken and yum.
They was eating and drinking to the day that Noah entered to the ark.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah. Eating, drinking, fucking.
Yeah.
Not to say we don't enjoy these things. Of course, we don't like a good drink or, you know, a good meal or some ass, you know.
Yeah.
But we know we don't push that. That ain't the focus. That ain't the forefront of the ministry, man.
You shouldn't overindulge.
Yeah.
You overindulging in your pleasures in this world, and all this world, you know what I'm saying? All that brings evil, man.
Yeah.
I got one more definition.
What does the scripture say, man? She that liveth in pleasure is dead already. You know what I'm saying?
You could be, you know, finding yourself sleeping with too much women, and they all may have husbands. So you're transgressing the law of the Lord.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Or you catch a disease. Or you get a bitch pregnant. That's a demon. Now all your goods. Now all of the money you do have.
Now you're oppressed.
Now you oppress even more. Cause this bitch got like Esau. Cause in the kingdom, that ain't gonna happen. We're gonna have so many goddamn women. She ain't even think about child support. In fact, she's just gonna be grateful that the fact that she even married to a man of the Lord. Not just the Israelite woman, the heathen women too. But here, you know, everything this world polluted. That's why we can't be too caught up in this world. This world is dead to us, man.
Yeah.
You know, just be content with what you got. Lord gave you a little woman, okay, here, deal. You know, get you a little, you know, situation. Just be cool with that, man.
Right.
Somebody else's demons could hop on you.
Yeah.
And you find yourself, you know what I'm saying, in trouble with the Lord, doing too much stuff.
Or that bitch probably got you go. You deal with a lot of women. That one woman may have you go off to the deep end doing shit you know you ain't gonna do.
Like pegulation.
Yeah.
That pegulation.
Yeah.
That pegulation shit. Yeah, come.
A pegamony.
Pegamony, yeah. You got it, man.
So that's what the Lord is trying to tell us to get away from. You know, that type of spirit. You know, spirit of the world, man, because that's the spirit of Antichrist.
That's it.
Hey, it's in a pegathon. That's what I get, bro.
That's another definition. Because this is one of the main reasons why we're vexed, you know, and oppressed in this place. It's the word aware. It says conscious of. It says having knowledge or perception of a situation or a fact. You know that we're aware of what the situation that we're in, and the people around us isn't. You know, we see the bullshit that goes around. We see who in rulership. We see that they're not supposed to be in the rulership. You know, we see that the Lord's supposed to be, you know, in this rightful rulership. You know, and we're supposed to be on top with him, but instead he got somebody that's beneath us. You know, that's weaker than us.
What do you say? I see horse, men. What's that?
Servants
on horses, and I forget how it goes. That's in Ecclesiastes too, right?
Yeah, I returned and I seen, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
So as you mentioned, you know what I'm saying, you're
I got his 10. I got it
How
right.
can you serve the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and partake in the world? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Because the Lord is trying to keep you away from that. You know what I'm saying? But you're constantly inviting it. Alright, so when you do that, yeah, the spirit of the Lord departs from you. Because, you know what I'm saying? The spirit doesn't dwell in a malicious
It also says you can't love mammon, and you know, can't serve two masters.
Serve two masters.
That's it, man. You know. That's the spirit, man.
You
Hey,
don't love the one or you
gotta
gotta
hate the other.
hate the other.
Yeah, so the Lord really is he drawing the line in the sand right now. You know.
And the Lord does us a favor by not giving certain riches.
God.
It's certain brothers riches, man.
Oh yeah.
Because he knows certain things he gives, even that's riches, women.
Trying to say any type of gift.
Yeah, the Lord like, nah, I ain't gonna give you too many women. This nigga, you'll go off into the
It'll
Lord.
destroy your heart.
He'll destroy you. So the Lord like, nah, I'm gonna give it to you on the other end. And that may be a brother, he like, man, I really, he burning, but hey, that's a sacrifice you gotta take. Riches too. You get somebody, too many become proud. That's why the scripture say, what? Give me bread that's convenient enough for me. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Balance.
But it's balance, man, and pretty much being content, man. I got that for y'all. Ecclesiastes 10:5, it says, there is an evil which I've seen under the sun as an error.
It says evil.
Yeah.
Meaning that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That shit ain't right. You know?
It says, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places.
The error that proceeded from the ruler. So what does that mean? Who's ruling the kingdom right now?
The wicked.
And what is an error? It's a fault. You know what I'm saying? And, it's a sin.
Done. Yeah.
It's funny.
Right.
It's like,
I mean, they're the wicked. They can't really sin because the law was never given to them. But that's for them. It's different strokes for different folks. For Israel, whatever he says is a sin to us. All right, so that's an error that proceeds from the ruler.
That's
Hey, we can't listen to that error. You know?
It's like you take your car to the check engine light or light come on, and you put the damn, the code, check the code to figure out the error.
Yeah.
And the error reads Edomite, Esau.
Right, Esau.
Yeah, he's the error. So we got to take this vehicle, which is this earth, to the mechanic. And the mechanic is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They're gonna fix this shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, because that's not what we were supposed to listen to. We were supposed to listen to Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the truth, man.
Okay.
All right, that's perfection. That's glory. You know what I'm saying? That we're not in our rightful setup, man.
Okay.
Our rightful kingdom right now.
That's it.
All right, so these wicked people are ruling over us. You know what I'm saying? But the tides are going to turn soon because Yahweh Shai is going to be set back in order.
That's it.
Set back in place,
Okay.
I should say.
I'm gonna read verse 6 again. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So folly, foolishness is held in high regard. That's why you got Kim Kardashian.
Right.
That's why they able to get on.
No talent.
Yeah, no talent. Jake Paul, these niggas. What's the little shorty nigga? Kai Cenat.
yeah.
Speed 2, what the fuck that clown nigga name?
Yeah,
People,
obviously.
these people, motherfuckers sit down and just eat food all goddamn day.
Yeah.
What's the damn, remember the show they had in the early 2000s? Fear Factor.
Oh yeah.
Where people degrade themselves
Yeah.
for fucking money.
Yeah.
That shit is held in high
Yeah,
regard.
shit.
And then when they would get like 50,000.
Come on.
Yeah,
They better than shit.
And it's held in high regard because that's what they worship. They worship money.
Yeah.
Which goes back to that gift. They destroyed, they was giving that gift all for the price of fame. All for a little change. You know what I'm saying?
And something strange for a piece
Just
of
for
change.
something strange for a piece of change. You know
I think
what I'm
famous going to what? Famish?
Famish, yeah. They pretty much famish of the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They famish of the light, man.
Yeah.
They in ignorant darkness, man. That's perfection, man.
Again, the NLT.
You got it, bro.
Ecclesiastes 10:6 in the NLT, it says, when they give great authority to foolish people and low positions to people of proven worth.
That's crazy.
Hey, Donald Trump, a complete orange idiot. Running the earth, he got money. Elon Musk, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
You think that nigga that created all that shit? No, he had money to pay for the motherfuckers to fix that shit.
They show that in shows and movies all the time. Just because they have the money, they just get people underneath them to make everything they need.
Yeah.
Patent that shit.
Yep.
Kill Gates, he's an idiot. You could just look at that motherfucker, he ain't right. They just rich, dumb motherfuckers with money.
They got grants to do evil.
Yeah.
Like a license license to do evil. License to do wickedness, man. In this society, you know, you got that license to do wickedness, man. Hey, Esau is all for you, man. You know.
Yeah, like Tyler Perry, man.
Yeah.
You know, I was watching I don't really try not to watch his movies.
Yeah, he's a
Can't stand that.
Yeah, other day, let me watch it. They got like a little Netflix series. I try to watch it with my lady. I'm like 2 episodes in, some Moism.
That's every one of his, you know, damn, it got either Moism in his movies or either a man, a woman compassing a man and usurping authority over a man in his movies. You know, in all his movies, Madea, you know, and he cross-dressing, playing like a woman when he really a man.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
body
always-
is set in great dignity, man.
Yeah, that's why you're. You know what I'm saying? These universities and colleges, they're selective about who they choose to really help. Because they want to know if you're about their agenda or not.
That's it. You gonna play the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
it. Elon Musk and all the others, they selected to do evil, man.
That's it.
Damn.
Hey, if I may add, Derrick Rose, he hinted upon one of those interviews. You remember seeing that interview? It was an interview he had with a guy named Math Hoffa. And he said, hey, I just didn't want to be part of the circus no more.
Yeah.
Right.
He said, I'm just going to say that.
Who said that?
Derrick Rose. We knew.
Okay.
You in the
that
spirit,
was.
we knew what it meant. He
Yeah,
ain't want to play the game no more. Because we know that all that shit rigged. The NBA,
Yeah.
you know, that's why it's been many niggas better than Jordan that never made it because they didn't want to sell out.
That's it. Yeah.
Niggas way better than LeBron.
Yeah. Hey, they say around the Jordan time, it was a guy named Len Bias.
And Benji.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They were saying that them brothers wasn't doing that, you know, that sniffing and shit that they said they was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it personally, but that was the word around town. The motherfucker got hit with that with some laced coke, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know. Like you saying, man, those motherfuckers way better than Jordan around that time, man. But Jordan was willing to play that game. He was giving that gift, you know, to really destroy that. And now you look at Jordan, you know, he support prison systems. You know, he don't give back to his community, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Barely show his face.
He's a fornicator under the consent of the king, man.
Yeah.
Because the king, which is Esau Edom, has given him, you know, that gift, you know, and it destroyed his right. It destroyed his job.
He's a fuck nigga.
We gonna speak on it, huh?
Yeah.
He don't speak on the situation going on with his shoes, you know? Like, come on now, you know what your shoes do. You're not even trying to put a stop to it. You're not even gonna try to limit it at least.
Or lower the price.
Like, come on.
Because this kingdom is all about deception. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's pushing, man. That's what I'm saying. The people he promotes to push.
Exactly. You ain't lying. Yeah. I can remember doing when I was going to school. We gonna get back to that scripture. Motherfuckers was getting robbed and killed. You know what I'm saying? Over you know what I'm saying? Getting them Jordans stole off their shoes, man. And this wasn't when they wasn't as fluid as it is now. It wasn't as many Jordans as it is. You know what I'm saying? It was rare. Motherfucker had Jordans and motherfucker had a little money. You know, so motherfuckers was getting stuck up, killed. You know, unalived, I would say. You know, all for those Jordans. And what Jordan had to say? Nothing. And instead of it, but he had, the point is, he had nothing to say. Nothing. Not one interview.
Facts.
You know?
People stealing shoes from each other.
Exactly. And now these shoes, shit, some of these shoes you get bid over the line, man, for $20,000, man.
Right.
Crazy.
Turn into an idol. Hey, folly is set in great dignity. Some
bro.
damn gym shoes.
But you know, that's Jake. Jake turned anything into an idol, bro. And this is why the Lord punishes us now, man. This is why we on the bottom now. You know, this is why we oppressed now.
Yeah.
You know? Even the ones that don't even think they oppressed. Fool, you oppressed because you worshiping a damn shoe, bro. Oh, I gotta have a shoe. They stand in lines, bro. They spend the night and they have chairs and cots and shit out there just to get the new shoes that came out 1,000 times before. You know?
That they charge, that they pay some fucking immigrants to make for 5 cents.
$5. Yeah, whatever. You know?
In a sweatshop somewhere.
Bring it over here because they know America is an import state and they can come over here quadruple the price.
And they act like you got jets on it and a
Right.
TV screen.
You can
and all
fly.
that.
All that shit.
Yeah, and that goes back to his
Nothing
witch.
but a parachute.
That's
man.
it.
Like,
That's not comfortable.
that's no different than a $20 parachute.
That's
It's
it.
just more comfortable.
And it's mighty because
Brand.
he was sponsored by Nike, and we know Nike was a Greek god.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's all really a idol worship, man.
You get that one that was just what you just bought. Well, you ain't, that's what it was just going into.
It goes back to idol worship, man. Even with the black woman. The black woman's head on a high pedestal because they turned this bitch into an idol.
That's it.
American Knox top model, and she's on the magazine. The body,
Right.
they made this bitch into an idol. That's why the nigga woman can't receive a correction because she thinks she's a god.
Yeah.
But she's finna be humbled like none other. That's like this devil.
Knocked off their high.
Get knocked out the house. Verse 7, I've seen servants upon the horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And them servants are the Israelites, man. They got a statue of what? Teddy Roosevelt.
Yep.
On a horse. And you had Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. You had Gad and Judah in captivity and shackles, man.
Yeah. Which is symbolic of domination, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Judah and the 10 tribes, all right, was dominated, by, our oppressor, man. Esau, Edom, man.
Mm-hmm. It said Judah and Ephraim was oppressed together.
Oppressed together. That's beautiful, man. So we oppressed in this society, bro. Which goes back to what we brought out in the beginning, man. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, man. And if you're not in that type of mentality, man, then you need to figure out why you're not. You need to figure out if you're happy in this society, bro. You really asleep, man. You're part of that Stockholm syndrome, bro, where you loving your oppressor. Shit, which means if you don't repent and turn back to the Father, man, you're gonna get put to death right along with your oppressor.
Yeah, it's going to say, I think Isaiah 13 and 15, it said those that be joined unto him shall be thrust through.
Utterly.
You're going to be thrust through with this nigga.
Thrust through.
Because why? It's like you it's like when you see you and your homies with the enemy. Oh, you cool with that nigga? I'm so finna, like Jake in the world.
Yeah,
you getting it too, nigga.
Yeah, I hit you too. Wait, guilty by association, as they say.
No, this is my homie. No, nigga, you knew I hated that nigga. You still gonna hang out with him?
Yeah.
You getting it too.
Guilty by association.
And that's how the Lord look at it. You knew I hate this nigga. He the number one enemy on my hit list.
That's it.
You joining hands with this nigga? After all and all he done to me, but what he done to you? Oh, you deserve death, nigga. And 2/3 deserve it, man. Because when we first wake up to the truth, you like, damn, why 2/3 gotta die? We ain't had that understanding when we first came in, but as we grow in the faith and the Lord seeing this, we out and about in this world, we seeing how these people are, we like, I get it, shit. These niggas gotta go.
Yeah, he showed us that vision, just like he showed Ezekiel. Remember when he said, look at what they doing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He took him through that, I don't know if it was a wall or something, roughly paraphrased.
Yeah, the hole in the wall.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He showed Ezekiel like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? Look at what's going on. And this is why in Ezekiel chapter 9, and this is all before Ezekiel chapter 9. You see what I'm saying? That's why Ezekiel chapter 9 said, hey, slaves utterly old and young, man. Women, maids, old men, young, you know what I'm saying? He said, start at my sanctuary. You feel what I'm saying? The Lord has to start at his sanctuary, man. It's just like you left a crib home to your, to your son and them, and he got friends over. What you gonna do when you come back and your house is in shambles? You gonna fuck your son up. Like, hey, we left you in charge. I don't care nothing about these others. Them ain't my children, but you the one woman get at. And that's how the Lord looking at us. Shit. That's why the Lord said, start in my sanctuary, man. Judgment gonna start with the house of Israel, man.
Those who in the know.
Those who in the know. You know what I mean? It's like.
Finish up 7.
Come.
Yeah. You want me to read?
Dig at the pit.
I think
We stopped at 7.
No, we didn't stop at
We
7.
stopped at 7. Yeah.
No, we stopped at 5.
No, you read. Oh no, there was 10 and 7. Slack it.
Yeah,
Go back to
okay.
7 and 7. Yeah.
I can read 7 and 5.
Yeah.
It says, Ecclesiastes 7 and 5, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for the man to hear the songs of fools. For as a crackling of the thorn under their pot, so is the laughter of a fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart.
That's the point.
Hey, so it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise, man. Who's the wise? The Lord's prophet.
The poor.
Yeah.
You know, the poor, what is here? A poor man's wisdom is despised.
I was thinking the same
You know
thing.
what I'm saying? And guess what? In this society, you know what I'm saying, they looking upon us. Sent these brothers out there to get a warning, you know, and get a message, you know, about what's righteous. You know, our message is despised. Well, the Lord's message, you know, is despised, man.
See, yeah, that's what verse 5 was just
Done,
saying.
exactly, yeah.
It's better to hear the rebuke of the wise
That's it.
than for a man to hear the song of
Fools, yeah, that's it.
See?
Mm-hmm. That's it, bro.
And that's crazy, because when you listen to the music now in spirit,
Foolish.
it's foolish.
That's it.
Niggas literally made these rappers their idols as well. You got niggas that literally still worship Tupac. Yeah, Tupac
yeah.
was one of the realest
Man,
niggas
come on,
to ever
bro.
walk the earth.
They
Like,
made him an idol, bro,
Yeah.
and he's still being talked about after when he died, 96.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's over 30 years, you
Yeah.
know, something like that. Well, almost 30 years. What's that, 29 years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
25?
Damn near.
Can it
Just
fuck?
repeating the curses that he was saying.
That's it, man.
That's, you know, people gotta watch out when they listen to their music, because all their entertainers are just speaking curses
Yeah, that's
upon
it. God, that's
you.
it.
And then you're, you know
Witchcraft.
what I'm saying, you're repeating what they're saying,
Yeah,
and you're speaking those curses as well. So
That's
they,
it.
hey, that could bring death upon you, man.
that's it. Yeah, if you don't watch it. You know, even though the scriptures say there's no enchantment against Israel, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be in the know. You got to be in the light. You know what I'm saying? To know that shit don't stick to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they gotta get you to speak.
Exactly.
They gotta get you to speak.
That's it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That life and death is in the power of
The
the tongue.
tongue. Ooh, God.
I'm hopeless.
They catch you beat to it, and they got the person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They chanting his
Yeah.
cadence and all that.
That's it. Yeah.
And Jake just follows it, man.
Yeah, which is really just spiritual on the left hand side, darkness, spiritual mythicism. Then that's been chanted since the beginning of wickedness, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all they've been doing, just repeating that same wickedness, man. You know, that mysticism, that Babylonian, you know what I'm saying, garbage. You know.
Hey, cause yeah, man, like, you gotta wake up to what they're really saying to you, man.
Huh? That's it.
I got something for you, brother
Right?
Kanai.
And you gotta, you know, like, if they're saying it, you gotta know not to say it.
Kind of exactly,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just get this quote. The brother Kanai said chant. I looked up the word chant. It says incantation, which goes into like a form of witchcraft. You know,
Huh? That's it.
repeating phrases. Yeah, exactly. Conjuring.
Yeah, because certain songs, they don't even have no fucking, they probably had like,
Especially now.
yeah, certain songs, they don't even have fucking, because remember you had a song,
Yeah.
you had a hook,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had the bridge,
Yeah.
you had the
Everything. It was
lyrics,
built up, yeah.
build it up. Nah, it's just
It's just a hook
a hook
with a beat.
with a beat and probably 2-3 lines and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Manifestation, manifesting evil.
Kind of exactly.
Yeah.
You can go. Can we go back to Ecclesiastes and read 8?
Yeah, that's what I speak. I want to
That
read
was the
that
last
too.
one.
I think the same thing. It says, better is the end of the thing
Oh,
than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
that's it, bro.
And that's another example. I know what the brother looking at.
Yeah, that's
another
where we
example.
gotta go.
That's why we
man.
gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, I mean, chick just walk around, you know, like that. What a dude. Like, who in their right mind as a man gonna let his woman walk around like that? You know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Better at the end of the thing.
Appreciate.
You know what I mean? We vex. This is why we vex, bro. You know?
Because she calls me in the air.
She calls man an air.
Yeah.
And he is too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Without
You know?
checking that bitch.
Exactly.
But he might not want to check her because in hopes he want to keep
Yeah,
keep
he
getting in
tryna
the
get
box.
some box. Yeah.
Which is sad. It's understandable.
Yeah,
I
well,
in a sense, because you like just Jake sexually deprived,
Yeah.
like, you know, but at the same time,
but
it's still wicked.
He trimming his ways just to seek love
Yeah.
from a whore.
Yep.
She's a fucking whore. That she probably get that shit up to anybody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know her personally, but I'm just saying, you come out here decide dressing like that.
Based on looks.
Yeah, you might as well. You know? Slack, you go ahead. You guys.
Based on
And that's why Esau got to pay, because what he did too
Okay.
with his unrighteous decrees, you know, a lot of men are sexually deprived. So they'll settle with a whore like that. In the ancient day, ain't no man settling with no bitch
Hell.
like that.
Shame on
You'd be ashamed. It was not even. Well, we gonna say my mom. I was a little. Even though I was born in the '90s, But I remember it was a time where whores looked down upon. You was known as a hoe.
Hell yeah.
Bitches like, you a hoe.
We used you just exactly for you and discarded you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, when we was in the world.
Other women telling other women this.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they're all like the same thing. They're all that.
Yeah.
They're all hoes now.
But they saying now, hey girl, you better sell them, man. You better like soar your royal oats. Bitch, you ain't got no royal oats. You ain't got no that damn, penis. But you walking around thinking you can fuck anybody else, man. Think you a man out here.
And then when you look at grandma, your old raggedy ass auntie, they lonely, ain't got no man with a dog. And Lord knows what that dog doing. You know what I'm saying?
Licking that peanut butter out there.
Yeah.
Nah, let me just stop there.
They're all heartless now.
Yeah.
Con, you said you got a piece of.
God.
Come.
God, this is Isaiah 3 and
Yeah, we had
12.
an hour.
Damn.
It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they would
Where you
lead
at?
them. Isaiah 3 and 12.
Could you go up actually?
Start at 9.
Actually, before that, Salaki,
Say
Isaiah.
before
Yeah, where it talks about Isaiah 3, right?
Yeah.
4.
Sorry, 4?
Yeah. Start at 4.
Yeah.
Isaiah 3, starting verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them.
And babes shall rule over them, man. You know, you see these men that raised by these single women. You know what I'm saying? And then they become, husbands to their mothers. You see what I'm saying?
Mama.
Yeah, dear mama type spirit. You know what I mean? Mama, I love you. Who's that? That group? That one group?
Boys to men.
Boys to men. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mama, you know.
Yeah, but
Fuck
really
outta-
it's boys to boys, man. You really ain't growing up. Your mentality ain't growing up, man. You know what I'm saying? So now you ruling over really the ancient man. And that's supposed to be the other way around, man. You know? It's like the way.
Yeah, because these athletes, a lot of these athletes, especially in the NBA, they young. Now they be self-proclaimed role models.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
This motherfucker 18 years old.
Kind.
Fuck you, 18 years old. You a role model?
Mm-hmm.
And even in the ancient day, a young king had older counselors amongst them.
Kind, exactly. Yeah.
So he was the king, but he still had counselors that was older men to counsel him on,
Like what we brought out earlier, man, is that counsel is not being regarded, in this society, man.
Mhm.
Why? Because everything is out off course, man. You see what I'm saying? You got children running, even in the neighborhood. You got motherfuckers scared to, that's what they call them now, the YNs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they oppressing the neighborhood, man. You know what I'm saying? When motherfucker can't even say, man, hey, back in the day, motherfucker said, man, put that down, man. You can't respect your elders, so you can't even say that now. You know what I mean? Motherfucker go off and, you know what I'm saying? Put a switch on.
You then gotta go to war with that little nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You then gotta take it there before he take it there.
Exactly, and that's all due to single mother, running these men like they husbands. It's like that.
Yeah, because the mama got the stepdad.
Come.
This son fighting the stepdad because that ain't his dad.
Oh man, I got a guy right now. He got out. He out of prison now, but literally, bro, he unalived his mother's husband. Because his mother's husband was disciplining his mother. Like, look, she was on some. I know his mother. We all grew up in the hood together, back in in Marshalltown, and he unalived his mother's husband because they getting into an argument and shit. He disciplined her and she did some shit wrong, and you end up smoking. And now you in high regards and you celebrated in the hood, but really you was set. You get in between, grown ups. He did it when he was a teenager. But you get into it, this affairs, man. Really, man, it's all out of whack, bro. Slocky, bro.
You see that a lot.
Exactly.
I seen it, man. Jake bragging, I had to beat that nigga ass. He talks to my mama a certain kind of way. But meanwhile, this nigga bringing in groceries to the crib. He ain't take care of your little dirty ass. He gave you that old ass PS5. You know what I'm saying? But that's why this fucking devil going to have to pay, man. But Slocky, bro, y'all got it, man.
The people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
There you go.
And in the original child, it's a twofold. The real child is Esau.
Oh yeah, for sure. Exactly.
It's going to say what? Him that is younger than I got me in division.
Got me in derision.
Because although he was the firstborn son,
That's it.
carnally, but in spirit,
Yeah.
he's a child.
He's a child, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's it, bro. Yeah, that's it.
Continuing on, it says, and the base against the honorable.
Damn, Esau.
That's it.
And a woman.
Yeah.
You got a fucking female judge. This
Yeah.
bitch sitting there with a black robe on, big ass titties, telling you what to do, man. You know? Judging you. She on her menstrual, sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Amalek fucking lawyers or Italian lawyers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Completely fucking off, man. And this is something I'm speaking, brothers testing. We don't say these things just to be saying. We witness ourselves, we experience ourselves, man. You know, being in this damn devil system, man.
That's it.
You know, we ain't just making this shit up off our own head, man. Brothers are speaking from experience, man.
Jump to 8 and then jump to the point.
Jump to 8, kind of then jump to the point. Isaiah 3:8, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory.
Right, so we moved, like in the book of Baruch, chapter 4 say we moved the Most High to wrath. You know what I'm saying? So now the Lord had to put confusion within our ranks, in the ranks of Israel, man. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because we didn't want to follow order, so the Lord had to put disorder within our nation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I guess considered as a what you call it, disrespect when you got a woman ruling over you, man.
Hell yeah.
It's considered when you got a child talking out of turn. You know what I'm saying? Or not minding this play. Back in the day, you couldn't even get in a grown folk, conversation, man. I'm in the 80s, man. You know what I'm saying? 84, so you couldn't even get in grown folks conversation, bro. They tell you, man, you gotta go get your ass over there before we, get at you. But now, you hear the kids right up there in the conversation with their parents. Smoking with their parents, drinking with their,
And the woman condoned the shit, because you'll take, hey, get the fucking kids out. No, this is my baby. She can stay here all she want. And she's sitting there listening to y'all arguing, having an adult conversation when her ass supposed to be in a fucking room, or his ass will be in the room playing the game or reading a fucking book some goddamn well.
That's it.
But they right there in the middle of your art, listening.
Yeah, listening, yeah. You ain't lying.
And then you wonder why they disrespect not only the man, but your ass as well.
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
that most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
I was gonna bring up, that really only happened on the Western Hemisphere,
It's
on the East, they don't play that shit.
Hell no.
Where Esau thrive, that lawlessness thrive.
That's the philosophy, bro. You was gonna say something? That's that philosophy. Esau, you right, bro. Which goes into his laws, because he allowed this shit, man, to go on, man. And these other nations, man, they don't allow that shit at all. And that's why they women is in order in their nation, over there in their country. But as soon as they come over here and believe into that American dream and drink that wine of this damn devil, guess what? They get drunk off of it, man. You know what I'm saying? They become worse than what they was when they was in their shit, man.
Yeah.
That little leaven it the whole up, man. So hey, and that's how it is in this society, man.
That's why I was going to say the nations are mad.
Exactly.
These nations tired, man. Hey, you
Tired
see
of
what
this
happened in
stuff.
Afghanistan? Soon them motherfucking troops left. They smacked them bitches right back in
Yeah,
order.
that's it.
And the ones that rebelled, you best believe they killed them hoes and made an example of them.
And that's a prelude to what's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because when this society collapse, you see what I'm saying? You can't call 911. You see what I'm saying? You can't depend on, that simp ass motherfucker to take control over, and try to jump in. No, fam. You're gonna have to listen to your husband and get back in order, period.
Or die.
It is what it is. Get left behind.
It's crazy. They tried to run away from the situation.
Con.
If y'all remember on the news, they were trying to get on that plane and get going.
Yeah.
They were trying to run away.
Shit, you run away, it's gonna be worse over there for your ass.
You ain't lying.
Go your ass over to Africa. Ham ain't playing around with that women over there. Ham. Yeah. Moab ain't, these motherfucking nations ain't playing with these women. Hey, you even see it now. You go to certain spots, man, you go like a spot where it's Chinese dominant. Man, Moab the man be in the back, making sure he be on the camera watching them bitches. Soon he see something wrong, he in they language.
Ishmael be on that.
Yeah, come here, bitch. Smack the dog shit out of that. What he could do is support her.
Yeah, Ishmael be on that same shit.
Slock it, read 9, 10 and 11. Slock it, bro.
Huh.
And then we can close up, man.
Keep shit.
Y'all have some words.
Isaiah 3 and 9. They show their countenance, doth witness against them, and they declare their sin in Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
They Sodom goes into burning. Pretty much all people burning in lust.
Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings.
Woo!
That's why they have this thing that they call pride. They're proud of it.
That's it.
I'm gay and I'm proud kind of shit. Or I'm whatever and I'm proud.
Right. I'm alphabet, proud.
Well, I'm American, I'm proud.
Right,
You got
exactly.
niggas with American flag. I'm a proud American.
Yeah.
It's the greatest country in the world.
Damn, I got this word pride in the etymon. It says unreasonable self-esteem. Unreasonable, especially as one of deadly sins, haughtiness, overbearing treatment of others, pomp, love of discipline.
Yeah, they used to be in the closet about these things, but now
Now they
they're
all
out
out.
in the open.
That's it.
You got a nigga proud to be a murderer.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
King Von, this nigga was a glorified serial
Yeah,
killer.
you ain't lying. God.
What's the other nigga they smoke?
They proud to be niggas.
Which
Yeah,
one?
you ain't
The
lying.
little dark nigga.
In Chicago?
Shit. A couple of them.
Wooski? Nah, Melly.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, I'm writing documenting this nigga. This nigga was a fucking serial killer. This nigga had like
Demon, huh?
10 bodies. On the gram talking about, yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, this place is gone, bro.
Yeah.
What the old habit saying? Real G's moving silent.
Solid, yeah, exactly.
That narrative is,
Out the window.
That goes back to verse 4, man. Babe shall rule over them.
yeah.
Out the window.
You know?
Con. Isaiah 3 and 11. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given, shall be given him.
Did you read? Yeah, the fruit of their doing.
Yeah, he ready.
Read it again for the brother.
Con. I can go back again. Isaiah 3 and 10. Say ye to the righteous, it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their hands. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
Yep. And this is the war. You know what I'm saying? That we about to read in this last verse. We're gonna wrap it up. You know that the Lord had to pay back to more so the men of Israel because we were the heads of Israel, man. And for going off, you know what I'm saying? The Lord had to put a new thing on earth, man. Go ahead, big bro.
Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
That's it, man. And destroy the way of our paths. It did. You know what I'm saying? It sure did. Now we're seeing through this violence in Jake, in Jake neighborhoods, the whoredom, amongst our women. The scriptures say that, man. I'm gonna give you harlots, man. As wives, man. Why? Because we played the harlot unto the Lord. And now this is why the Lord had to put us at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? What you say? You're gonna be the borrower and not the lender. We on the bottom of everything now, man. Okay, and we oppressed, man, because we wanted to go to these other nations and learn their ways, man. Now that's why the scriptures just said, man, we're gonna eat the fruit of our doing, man. Since we wanted to deal with these other nations, man, and their customs, guess what, man? You got it, man. Which taught us a wonderful, righteous lesson, man.
Yeah.
Well, really a wicked lesson, because we was given righteousness, Everything was all good in the beginning. Now we had to, what the apostles like to say, we had to learn wickedness to be able to appreciate righteousness, man.
I think it's Psalms 119 and 71. It says it's good that I've been afflicted, that I may learn thy statutes.
That's it, bro.
So we had to go through it to learn. So it's not really to discourage us. It's really just to encourage us, you know, to fight harder. Because hey, the beautiful part about it, this shit ain't gonna last forever. And the Lord finna soon put an end to this madness, man. You know. Y'all got anything else? Y'all wanna close out?
Go ahead, close out.
You wanna close out?
Yeah, go ahead.
So with that, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yeah,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Give honor to the apostle of this great millstone who tells us truth and who will. A mighty shalom to the believers, you know, on the four corners of earth, believing and trying their best to be obedient, you know, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's it.
You know, and then we're gonna end off by saying Kwam Yasharallah
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kum Yasharallah.
to the
Believe
Baba
that.
Ball.
Kabal Babal.
Yeah.
Chemotherapy 2025.
On to the next.
Soon.
So,